Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Brandon Berg. Just want to check with you, man. I was kind of looking at an article today, man. They said it was a transgender woman in UK, and she's she's breastfeeding or it breastfeed. He or he, it's transgender woman, so basically it's a he. Is now beginning to breastfeed um, the baby. I think that she had with her partner, who was a transgender male, but was carrying the baby at the time. But I think after the time of the birth, I think her transgender partner didn't want to do no breastfeeding. I think he basically wanted to go back into being a man again. So the transgender woman wanted to take over, so she started producing milk. Now, it's not really a freak of nature. Actually, even there has been study, even the males can somewhat produce. Um, it's not a whole lot significant, but it's an amount of breast milk. Even the males can do it if you take proper precautions and maneuvers and practice and activities. You can probably do the same thing. But I know, like I said, right now she's been, I think, producing like 8 ounces of breast milk. Um, I mean, what can I say? I'm really, I should, what can I really say? I'm kind of speechless because it's like more and more the transgender community is really taking shots, especially on the transgender women, transgender females, I would say, is really taking more steps in being that replacement and alternative. They're not. It's no longer being an alternative. It's more being a replacement. Um, I'm just waiting for the day that transgender males can produce sperms. When you think about it, from the gay agenda to the black community, with how hard they're pushing this, how they're trying to make this more acceptable than ever. But yeah, man, but when you think about it, man, the transgender community is really taking more steps. I know they said what a couple weeks ago or about a couple months ago they had a transgender woman received a womb, an artificial womb. So it's really getting scary that they're coming with more um, studies and tests and operations and surgeries and hormone enhanced uh, type of drugs to really change your body into being almost like the real deal. Um, Real scary. It's real scary stuff. I'm not, like I always tell people, it's not natural. I mean, if you're not, like I said, in a natural selection, if you're born to be a woman, you're born to be a woman. You're born to be a man, then you're born to be a man. Uh, I think there's more of a psychology um, than anything else. And it's like being gay. I think being gay is more of a psychology. You just don't come with, I'm gay, I like men, I like boys. I think now you do have curiosities, and those curiosities do to lead to certain situations. But if you don't, but as a child, you gotta get the okay that it's not okay to do this. And the parents, you gotta come with that. You gotta be truthful with this. This is not normal. This is abnormal. But I think the only thing I would not say I'm not in total shock of it is not as normal because there have been studies and cases that males um, have actually produce breast milk. But that's more in the indigenous cultures, like in South America, some parts of Africa, some parts even Asia, out there in the jungle, like Southeast Asia, South Asia. So, but there been cases, but not in the type of magnitude that you seeing a male ghost that transferred totally into a female and now is producing milk, even though it's more artificial than natural, but it's almost like a copying of a woman's body part. Every year and year they're getting more advanced with how they come with the procedures of the to simulate and be similarities of being of a woman's part. The only thing like I said, they've been trying to come with the male part and the male anatomy. The only thing they can't get yet is the sperms, and I think that probably in another maybe 10 years, who knows? They might have artificial sperms. So this is a very scary thing right now. For being a man, you have to be very, very, very worried that if these transgenders or transsexual basically is starting to have functions of almost starting to have a more body, artificial body that's a more functional to of an actual natural woman, this could be very scary. But you might have some guys that's perfectly fine with it. Um, and unfortunately that's is more targeted to us as black males. To basically, it's another ploy and a tactic to separate us from our black women, and I have a problem with that because it's not a natural intent. It's an artificial intent. It's a sinister intent to it, almost like a Trojan horse type of method. That's that's kind of being brought to the black community. And shout out to my man Tariq. Something G always talk about, but a lot of people really don't. They try to dismiss it, but yeah, it's a lot of bed bug, and you know it had to be called out. There's a lot of guys doing a lot of fuckery, man, on these undercover. I mean, the myth of undercover was always real, but there's been more active, especially with the gay agenda towards black males, um, the interracial tactics that's going on, being pushed a lot. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of heavy method and tactic going toward the black community, and we have to look at this, break it down, and dissect it. The root says we're already at war. Jason Black already mentioned that we're at war. Do for self, yes, we need to do for self. As a collective, yes, we can do for self. We can start thriving our own, start loving our women more. Our women can love the man more. Um, like I said, man, I touched in a few things. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of abnormalities going on, and so you recognize that on this planet, nature runs its course in a natural way. There's if something that's trying to go against nature, that's an abnormality. That's something that's foreign. It's like cancer. Cancer's only develop if it's something foreign in the body. So if you understand that, then you're gonna be okay. But like transsexuals and transgenders and even being gay, that's an abnormalcy, man. That's not normal. Yes, I have family that's gay and so far and so far, and I love them to death. But I'm not gonna really, I don't really go against or I don't hate them or nothing like that. They're family. They're still my family. I'm almost gonna love them, support them. But 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 going to the extreme that you need to change and morph your body, that's something that was not deemed to you in nature or God theory or God design, then you're going against the theory, you're going against the structure, you're going against the design. And so far and so far, I think the planet and nature and itself is actually prepping itself for a cleansing. It's a lot of things going on. Everybody knows the flu. You have a lot of powerful drugs going on. So a lot of the drug epidemic. You have a lot of global warming, global heating. You have a lot of oceanic rise of ocean water, sea level. Plus, you have a lot of dead ocean deserts. There's a lot of ocean deserts around. The sister, radical home sister, she definitely blessed everybody about that. So we need to definitely be aware. There's a lot of abnormalcy going on the planet that, in some relativity, is showing itself more. But I'm also glad that, like me, there's millions of others that are awakened to this. It's like the Cheddar Man that I did about the discovery over there in the British Isle. The world over the world been melanated. There's always been a dark skin, black skin type of human being. And so far, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, fair skin, pale skin is an abnormalcy. That's something that really is not normal. It's not natural. I know a lot of people in the dominant society don't like to hear it, but that's what it is. Like the transgender is something abnormal and it's going against nature. The breastfeeding, I've seen cases that males in some indigenous tribes in certain areas of the parts of the world can produce somewhat of amount of milk. But to keep in the extent that they're now doing with the transgender women and so far is going beyond that. But like I said, I'll leave the link under the description and we can chop it up. All right, one.